Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dustin Duran. Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. We left off just outside of Amber Heights, so that's where we're going straight into. And I don't really want to say too much else. Let's just dive in. Yeah, alright, let's head on in. Rose. Hello. Okay.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please, take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his philosophist truths, and the Iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know.
Did he?
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it.
You're offering me a pamphlet you don't have.
I'm so sorry. It's a habit, I suppose. We used to have plenty, but we ran out of paper and ink. Ever since the corporations left, it's been hard to come by the basics. But you know what we do have? Freedom! This is the only place in Halcyon you'll find it. No corporations, no shackles, no problems.
I mean, you do seem kind of cheery. You're one of the few happy people I've seen. Although, is this fake happy? It does seem like they have some good wolves up, but you don't have any problems? No problems with raptidons? Or marauders?
Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep.
So you're just one big happy family, huh?
That's a nice way to think about it. Graham would be our father. I suppose Zora might make a good mother if the two of them could stop arguing. You can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like examples. We all ought to be more like them.
Tell me about Graham.
Why, he's our founder. Graham taught us about philosophism. Through him, we came to the eternal truth. I'm glad you're asking, by the way. I hope you'll consider staying.
The eternal truth. Why can't I ask about that? Tell me about Zora.
She's been with us since the beginning. I think she was our sawbones back then, but now she's more like our commander. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come here. And she keeps us from being chewed on and whatnot. She's liable to take your head off if you screw up, but then she'll sew it back on for you.
Where can I find them?
Graham's place is in the large building straight back. Zora's sometimes there talking with him, but usually she's in the triage clinic next door.
Why are you here and not in Stellar Bay?
Oh, Graham settled here a long time ago. Shoot, I wish I had a pamphlet to give you. It's all in there. I wasn't around back then, but they say a lot of the old MSI corporate folks died here. He calls it a spiritual metaphor, something about rising from the ashes.
All right, I'm looking for a Tucker. Have you seen him?
The new boy. Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
I mean, so far, they seem nice and reasonable. Are you selling stuff? Oh, Bronson. He must be the seller. First, a request list. Bronson maintains a record of strange special equipment requests beyond the normal firearms, ammunition, and medicine that the Iconoclast burn through at an alarming rate. Most of his list is crossed out, but a few items haven't yet been fulfilled. Zora, Force Melt Bright Gel, may not actually exist. Graham, Dissident Hunter, number 17. Huxley, Auntie Cleo Wrapped Be Gone, also may not actually exist. I think it does. Wrapped Be Gone? Wasn't that something in the Roseway? Huxley, any book on terminal repair. Carl, Primal Glue Adhesives. Okay.
Damn philosophists.
The folks in Amber Heights always manage to find a bottle or two of the good stuff. Keen scavengers, I tell you.
Of course, Max wouldn't like him. This is some nice music, too. I mean, this place is definitely trying to make you feel at ease. Actually, I'm going to buy this armor here in the vending machine. So it's got leadership +5, and I'm using basically this, determination +7. But I think I would rather have this, and this is base level 20, so that's pretty good. Alright, Bronson.
Welcome to the Emporium. I'm Bronson.
Hello. I'm TheeDoubleD. You run a store out here?
It ain't really a store. Think of me more like a quartermaster, and a chef, and a handyman, and whatever else we need.
Yeah, why can't someone be everything? So you're the chef.
Cooking's my true passion. You need a Raptidon to taste good? Bring it here, and I'll work a miracle or two.
By miracle, he means salt. He adds salt and calls it cuisine.
Nice.
Hey, don't go spilling my secrets. You're just mad we cut you off.
Oh.
Lady's got a right to drink, damn you.
You be careful. Don't let this one near your medical supplies. She ain't picky as to the difference between pure alcohol and distilled spirits.
What you got to trade? Can we just take a moment to listen to this music? This music's really getting me. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna like this. I'm gonna like these people because of the music. They got me. They got me on the music. I mean, that looks like a pretty cool hat, but I'm just never gonna use it though. Handguns +5. I mean, I'm just gonna buy it anyways. 51? Sure, why not? I'll just store it away. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe someone will wear it just for cosmetic purposes. Okay.
I ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Damned philosophists.
Max! Jesus! Calm down. I'm about to kick you out of the party, dude. So let's take a look at the map really quick. So yeah, it's a pretty small area. Alright. Let's look over here first. Alright, what's in here? Hello? What's this? Marked magazine. In this copy of Dissident Hunter, the hero braves the dangerous hellhole that is Monarch. Numerous edits are scratched into the text, and a number of the villainous dissidents have had mustaches and hats drawn onto them. Nice. A 55 lock container. I wonder if there's something interesting in there. You guys do have your backs turned.
Silent.
That's something.
I can't get this? Sit down. They can hear me lockpicking. Damn, really? That's unfortunate. Alright, what's on the terminal? This is Huxley's terminal. Stay out. That means you. Oh! Oh, due to external damage, this device can no longer store more than 4 logs. Please contact your assigned terminal engineer to replace the storage device. Yeah, I could repair it. So that was why this was on the list. Alright. Dear Diary. Yeah. Let's go on. Graham taught me how to meditate today. You close your eyes and you breathe in real deep and try not to cough. Then you just listen to yourself. You know how sometimes you'll be hiding from a mantiqueen and you're trying to be quiet, so you focus real hard on your breathing and you can hear your heartbeat and you think, how can this mantiqueen not even hear me? And all of a sudden you have to sneeze and it reminds you of that time when you are coming back with a delivery, and as soon as you are putting it on Zora's table, you sneezed and it slipped and a bunch of things broke. This lady. Meditating is like that only you're supposed to think of these things on purpose. Graham calls it, I don't remember what he calls it, Recco something. He says it's your own eternal truth bubbling up to the surface, and the things you remember are what you're supposed to focus on and try and improve. When we meditate, I mostly remember that sitting on rocks hurts. Maybe I'm supposed to toughen up my tailbone. Oh, Huxley. Oh. Zora's really smart, but you know what? Sometimes she can be such a bitch. Oh, Huxley. Jeez. I was supposed to get some info for her from Cascadia, but I couldn't find a way over without going through Marauders, so I gave up and stopped in at Fallbrook to pick up some supplies instead. While I was there, Chastity dropped in for a few games of whist. She's so cool. She's always playing games there. When I lose bits, I get really upset. I don't have much, so losing what I have, it hurts, you know? But Chastity can drop thousands on a single game, and she's fine. Well, sometimes she drinks a bit and slams a table and storms out, but still. Mostly she's cool about it, and I admire that. Anyway, when I got back, Zora yelled at me because I was a little late. Something about medicine not getting here fast enough. Sigh. Graham just said to try not to lose track of time on my next run, and I promised I would. See, that's how you teach someone. Don't gotta yell and make them feel bad. Man. Reading these along with this music. I mean, you feel bad for her. We're gonna keep reading her diary, though. Today, Zora gave me permission to buy ammunition from Bronson. I don't think I want to, but she said I should just in case. But guns are really loud. I'd rather just run away than shoot one. Still, I'm kinda proud. Zora said it was like a promotion for something I found in the wilderness. I think it's a code for a door, but I'm not sure why it's important. I can't even get near the place without getting attacked. I asked her what a promotion is, and she smiled in a really sad way and told me I shouldn't worry about it. Oh, Huxley. So is this, maybe this is to, that Bayside Resort? Or, whatever it was called. Bayside something. Dear Diary, this will be my last entry. Sorry, Diary. You've been a very good listener, but our time has come to an end. This terminal was making a horrible beeping noise yesterday, and someone smashed it while I was out. And now I can't save more diaries. Milton can't fix it, and plus he says I should stop coming into his house to write when he's not around. All right. You're writing on someone else. You're writing your diary on someone else's computer. Come on now. Whoever smashed poor terminal, if you're reading this, suck sulfur. All right, we'll fix your terminal. Storage capacity increased. Logs prior to the most recent 4 entries are unretrievable, but new entries may now be saved. There you go, Huxley. I fixed your terminal for you. So we'll head this way first. Ooh. Just got a random Raptidon mauler out here. A few of them. Alright, I'll take their meat. Why are you just not taking their meat? You're killing Raptidons in your own base, but you're not taking the meat? Ooh. A sealed upstairs room.
It ain't right. How many good folk we gonna lose to our missions?
That's just the way of it. We gotta earn our keep out here.
That don't mean we ought to be following her into the jaws of a mantiquee.
You'd rather sit on your thumbs and starve?
No, all I'm saying is she gotta be more careful throwing away lives like that.
I like their armor. It's kind of cool. Okay, let's head into this building first. Looks like the medical. This is probably the medical building. Sure looks like it. Current patients. Ezekiel, manta-infested. Tried antibioticals. No effect. Alcohol poisoning. No effect. Acid drops. No effect. Current status. No longer with us. Ronnie, fractured ankle, left. Current status. Splinted. Reset. Recovering. Ivers, multiple bullet wounds. Chest, arm, leg. Current status. No longer bleeding out, but a couple shells still remain. Recovery unlikely. Milson, acid burns, face, hand, arm. Current status, ointments, gauze. A lot of booze. Well, it sounds like it's tough living out here, but... Oh, the doctor's not even in. But yeah, it seems like tough living here, obviously. With no real outside support. But, I admire them. They're doing it. Alright, we'll check this place. The bar. Let's check upstairs first, quick.
A mantiqueen.
Oh,
Yeah,
another bar.
we felled it, mind. But
Oh, and there they are.
we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. So much for the ruins.
And hell only knows where the Vanoys are. They never showed.
I'm sure they're... let's talk later. It seems we have company.
Okay. I guess we'll talk to you now. Hello, Graham.
A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts.
What do you teach?
The truth that I have come to learn and embrace since shedding the corporate yoke. Out here, we survive by the sheer strength of our spirit. We have no need for the endless rules and red tape of a corporate structure.
We do seem to burn through endless ammunition and medical tape, though.
Yes, well, such is life. Our descendants will enjoy safety and luxury, but our generation is the foundation on which that future is built. Now, why have you come?
Tell me about the Iconoclasts.
The Iconoclasts are free folk. We live under our rules, motivated by our own beliefs, all petals on the same flower of enlightenment. Meanwhile, the board strangles the will of its workers. It is the penultimate exercise of a poisoned society where people are enslaved by a corporate ladder. We seek to replace their way of life with ours. Philosophism is the key to unlocking their shackles.
Is this why the board has cordoned off Monarch?
Oh, yes. Gunships hover in our skies, ready for the day they decide to come to our doors waving banners of war. The perception of visionaries is often tainted by the lies of their oppressors. A sad state of affairs, to be sure. All right.
This feels kind of relevant to how the real world is now. I want to know more about your teachings.
Awakening is available to all whose minds are ready to accept it. What would you like to know?
I would like to know what you think Bakonu meant when he wrote, "Your work is to discover the truth, and then with all your heart give yourself to it."
Ah, how refreshing to have a scholar among us. Bakonu's text simply refers to our entire purpose, assisting the universe in realizing its own truth. Let it guide us as it will.
It refers to giving oneself over to the plan. It is not some paean to an invisible creator in the sky.
Let's let them talk.
Were there a truth to the grand plan in the first place, I and Bakonu might agree. But what we see as divine purpose is just one facet of the universe figuring itself out. To quote, "As a child looking at the leg of an elephant, unable to view it whole, we mistake the tiny scope of our understanding as the unfathomably large purpose of the universe."
You're not completely full of shit, I'll give you that. Even if you do twist things beyond recognition to suit your own beliefs.
Oh, Max. I'm going to keep letting them talk.
Were my teachings beyond recognition, I dare say I wouldn't have a small army of followers who understand and believe.
I owe you an apology. I expected you to be a complete idiot. I'd say you're actually more in the 25% idiocy range.
Oh, come on, Max,
Likewise.
come on. You're about to be nice there.
Now, I'm sorry. What was it you were asking?
Yes, I hear the word eternal thrown around a lot. What is it?
Ah, the eternal. We are all part of the consciousness of the cosmos. Each of us plays a tiny role in the universe's continual journey toward understanding itself. You and I, and the rats and the mantis swarms. Divinity is in us all, and the eternal is that divinity.
Even OSI? Are their members similarly divine?
Everyone, regardless of ability to believe, is another facet of the universe contemplating its own existence.
Ability to believe. I think you mean inability to tell fantasy from truth, which rules
Max.
out any
Jesus,
knowledgeable
Max.
scientician.
Let us be clear. Neither of us can lay claim to being knowledgeable on this topic. It is a matter of belief. It is not as if OSI has gone and proven anything. Regardless, what were you saying?
Man, I'm actually kind of glad I brought Max along. What do you mean by an awakening?
The point of no return. When your mind fully opens to the eternal truth. Every philosophist experiences it along the path to enlightenment. For many, it is the first brush with the cold of death when they realize that all of their lives have boiled down into the single truth of that moment. Mine was witnessing my friend and colleague transform into the very evil we sought to combat. Now he runs MSI just like the overlords before him.
I mean, did Sanjar really betray you? I like Sanjar. And I like... Why can't you guys get along? I think you guys would get along really well. I mean, you probably did at some point. But his workers enjoy much more freedom than those of the board.
Their leashes may be longer, but their collars are just as tight.
Are they, though? I don't believe that. I think Sanjar has a good, happy medium. Do you believe in a creator?
Not in the sense of a single entity, fashioning the universe as a whittler fashions a flute. The universe came into being over time, organically, naturally, and without purpose. In that sense, I suppose you could say that, in the interest of finding its purpose, the universe itself created all living things.
The universe doesn't need to find its purpose. It is a mathematically perfect equation that gives mankind purpose.
That we'd consider ourselves in any way capable of understanding the universe, much less an equation that drives it, is nothing but hubris.
I've heard people mention an Amber Heights massacre. What happened?
I'm sorry. As long as it's been, I'd still rather not speak of it. That was a painful day for us all.
Did you have family here?
All people are part of the Philosophist family. I've come to accept that, along with the additional weight of their deaths. Why have you come?
I'm just looking for ways to help the people here. Anything need doing?
A great many things, in fact.
We could always use a hand rounding up supplies.
Or... Now here's an idea. There's an old printing press I've been trying to get up and running.
Ah, yes, about your pamphlets. I mean, okay, are they... So they're low on supplies, but they would rather make pamphlets? Come on, the pamphlets aren't that important, are they? Wouldn't supplies help more?
Yes.
We will make do, as we always have. Spreading the word of our movement is of paramount importance. Will you aid us in our cause?
Sure.
Wonderful.
Probably because there'll be other stuff
Replacement
there.
rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
I found her.
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Forget it. Huxley's still recovering. She won't be up for a run for a while yet.
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead.
That's Huxley, the runner from the Northern Ruins. I helped her get out of there.
So you're her mysterious savior. She sings your praises.
That girl and her songs, so eager to learn, so bright-eyed, so tone-deaf.
So MSI supplies you.
One of our sympathizers, a woman named Carlotta, periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup.
I don't think I've met Carlotta yet, have I? I don't think so. Where's the supplier?
She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace.
Ah,
From
yes.
our compound, follow the road north.
Okay. I've been there. I tried to get in. Alright, I'll be back.
Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage.
So, I mean, that's I feel like they're a good, well, couple. I'm just gonna call them a couple. They're balancing each other out, it seems like. Hey, Zora.
Hey.
No.
What?
I want to talk!
Long day.
Fine. I'll go meet you in triage in a bit. Is there anything else up here? There's a terminal back here. Welcome to Graham Bryant's personal conglomeration of notes, theories, and findings regarding philosophism and how it informs our lives. I have organized into 3 categories: the Iconoclast, the Halcyon Colony, and the Universe. Access files on the Iconoclast. Oh, personal thoughts regarding Zora, huh? For someone who is so committed to the Iconoclast way, I fear that Zora is slipping off the true path. More and more often, I fear her attachment to the materialism of our oppressors sways her decisions, more than the search for the guiding truth that will save us. She often tells me that our people are hungry. I agree. Their spirits long for fulfillment, a much more powerful power than any pang of an empty gut. Oh, dude, maybe, okay. Maybe Graham is a little too far gone. He definitely needs Zora to pull him back. Teaching notes. Of all the things to motivate a person, I'm finding freedom has been the most powerful. Many of them still remember being slaves to the corporate structure. Recalling those painful memories lights their fire anew. A man from Fallbrook stopped through on his way to Stellar Bay. After thumbing through our pamphlet, he asked me how we can survive without money. I found an appropriate metaphor in gas masks. When clearing a Manaswarm nest, we wear masks to ward off poisonous fumes. Even after the nest is cleared, the fumes may remain for some time, thus we wear the mask until we are safe to breathe. Until the very last dregs of our poisonous corporation society are gone, the attachment to bits will remain. Though their use is comfortable, and though they stifle our spirits just as the masks are ill-fitting and limit our vision, we must persist with them until we can cast them aside. Shifting priorities. As our numbers grow, I find that more and more of our population turns to the written word of my pamphlets. I am happy to continue making them, but I must find a more efficient way to print and distribute this reading material. I wonder if that old printing press might be convinced to run once more. Wouldn't that be something, to return to my duties as editor in a publication, only this time of my own control, and not stifled by the rules and regulations of style guides and grammar books. Nobody will tell me where to put a comma. I'll put them where they belong, as decreed by the eternal truth. I mean, that kind of sucks. It feels like Graham's a little too far gone. But a lot of the other people still seem good. Zora seems... We need to make sure Zora's good. We just have to make sure Zora's good here. Access files on the Halcyon Colony. The board's lies. The board vastly overestimates their authority and grasp on power. Without the Earth Directorate's military might to back them up, they would not be able to maintain their life-draining grip on the colony's throat. They spread lies and misinformation to confuse and oppress the masses. Perhaps that's one of the reasons they have not allowed any colony ships since the Hope's disappearance. They've had 70 years to condition their good little workers to follow their directives unquestioningly. Their lies become more and more transparent as the years pass and will soon be too obvious for even the most deluded colonists to see. This all seems quite relevant. Let's continue. The oppression must end. A man from Byzantium told us of an acquaintance who had been arrested for carrying philosophist texts. Not teaching, not evangelizing, just carrying. They oppress any truth that threatens their corrupt structure. Is that what we want? Do we want to live in a society where we can be sent to Tartarus for our beliefs? No. Their workers' minds are poisoned, their will shackled, their dreams hamstrung. This can stand no longer. We must tear this entire regime down. The dangers of a corporate society. This is a longer one. I hope to someday publish a greater work in which I can more expansively lay out what is so clear to me, that our society's obsession with a corporate-run life has stifled and crippled humanity's ability to grow. Alas, for now, I can only collect my scattered thoughts into this barely functional machine. In my younger and more vulnerable days, I bought into the attraction of a corporate ladder, a measured, quantifiable way with which to judge oneself against one's peers. It provided motivation, meaning. Yet my spirit longed for more than just a paycheck. It yearned to reach out and connect with my fellow man. It sought a connection. It sought kin. It sought a familiar unit. Corporations claim they are that... I think that's a typo. Familiar unit, but they treat us like pets. We beg for scraps at the table, and if they're so kind as to drop one, we praise the ground they tread on, while they usher us into kennels called homes. We attach ourselves to contractually obligated, I guess it's not a typo, familial units, strangers to whom we share no more connection than the employers seeking to empower themselves by our unions. We bear children out of obligation to our executives, who demand a constant workforce. We slave away in the vain hope that someday we too will be like those executives until the day we die and are processed, burned, and filed away as another tick on a human resource paperwork. We have built ourselves into a cold, unthinking, efficient machine, and in doing so have abandoned all the warmth humanity is capable of. I weep for us all. Oh man. I mean, I actually quite enjoy reading all these, so hopefully you do too. Sanjar and the betrayal of his truth. I often recall my former friend who once sought to dismantle the corporations as I still do. When he took ownership of our corporation, I held him in such contempt. I called him a coward, a betrayer. He was becoming the very thing we hated. Now I'm not sure. Recently, I've come to accept that his heart was more closed than mine. I cannot expect every man to be able to open himself to the eternal truth as I have. Some are just not capable. And so it is a tragic thing, tragic that he is weaker than I'd hoped, that he cannot fight for a cause. I can empathize with tragedy. Should the day come when the metal of our spirits clash against one another, that empathy will shield me from guilt. Like the board, he now stands across our path, arms crossed, stubbornly resistant to the eternal truth. Like the board, he spreads, nay, celebrates, the poison that cripples our society. Like the board, his stubbornness will only blind him to his inevitable fall. Tragic. So okay, so there's a lot to this. But yeah, I'm really going to try to get the Iconoclast and Sanjar to work together. Because I don't think Sanjar should go back to the board. They just need to unite. That's gonna be my plan. Unite the Iconoclasts and MSI. Gotta make this happen. Access files on the universe. I forgot, there's more. Influence drift. When I realized the truth of philosophism, I immediately wondered how I can be the first to recognize the poisonous spiral that has shaped our society. Then one day, I was talking to, of all people, Huxley. She once lamented that she'd like nothing more than a pet canid. I confess to know very little about animal behavior, as I am much more concerned with the animal that is mankind, but I stressed that I didn't think such a thing was possible. She let it go, but some weeks later, Zora reported the strangest thing, stories of a marauder with a canid follower. I don't know if it had been sighted here or on Terra 2, but I immediately thought of Huxley and her reckless, wild imagination. I wondered if she had told other people, and if word had spread of the possibility until it wriggled its way into the mind of marauders somewhere. Ideas are insidious. Even if a marauder, mindless husk that it is, can be convinced of an idea, there must be hope for the workers of this colony. Poisoned as they are against the eternal truth, if we can shout so loudly that the truth inches its way into the collective consciousness, I am confident it will spread to the rest of the cosmos. Yeah, I think they're just dogs though, dude. I think you can just teach them. I think they're smarter than you give them credit for. The suppression of the truth. It is very difficult to face the eternal truth, that everything happens for a reason, that life and everything in it is the will of the cosmic consciousness, can be a terrifying one. There is an urge among us all to control the parameters of one's life. This urge is so powerful that it suppresses the eternal truth, simply by existing. Mankind has not shed the weight of its own shackles, and so I find that spreading philosophism is unnecessarily difficult. But the universe cannot suppress it forever. Biology changes, creatures adapt and evolve. We overcome our urges for the better of our species. Someday, our minds will be born more open to this idea. Until then, I must not abandon hope. Alright, well, that was a lot. That was a lot. You know, I kinda feel with you, Graham, but you need to work with Sanjar, dude. I'm gonna help make it happen. Let's talk to Zora. She said she was in here. Yep.
Sorry about earlier. Graham and I don't always see eye to eye.
No worries.
Besides, we just got our asses kicked in the ruins. Not a great time to yammer on about his printing press.
It does seem wasteful to buy press parts rather than food. I can kind of understand both of them. I understand why he wants the printing press. But yes, food is definitely the higher priority. It does seem wasteful to buy press parts rather than food.
Hey, you got some decency in you. Careful. That's rare around these parts, and folks are liable to try and take advantage of it.
You run the triage clinic here?
Yeah. Name's Zora. I've been patching up the iconoclast since day one. Whenever Graham's lack of foresight gets someone hurt, I get them back on their feet. If I can.
What is a sawbones? So you're a sawbones? Like a surgeon? Is that just a different name for a surgeon? So you're a sawbones.
I was a long time ago. Over in Cascadia. Rizzo was trying to sweeten up animal parts, and often that meant a lab coat got bit. Now I'm whatever I need to be to keep these folks from bleeding out.
What happened in the ruins?
The Mantiqueen showed up out of nowhere, and I guess the gunfire attracted raptidons. It was a damn bloodbath.
You found a queen that far north? Wish I'd been there.
You and me both, Nyoka. We could have used the help. Listen, unless this is urgent, I need to oversee the wounded.
Need any help?
You want to do us a favor or two? Go talk to Bronson. He's always looking to pass his work off on someone else. For now, I gotta get to the wounded. Welcome to Amber Heights.
Thank you. I don't think Bronson gave me any missions, did he? I don't think he did. Let's check.
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Ms. Remnarim Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do. And even that ain't a guarantee.
I like how he always calls her by her full name.
What are you buying?
I guess let's ask first. Why do the iconoclasts need a quartermaster?
We gotta eat. Eating means hunting. And hunting means armaments. We used to let people take what they will, but then some idiot shot some other idiot over cards. So Zora set up a system. You fuck up, you don't get to buy gear. You play nice, you do.
Reasonable. Anything you need help with?
Yeah, plenty. If you're the type to fix a thing or two, I've got a couple reports I need to follow up on. The pipes up on Milton's house burst. Someone needs to shut them off. Then there are the cables outside the bar. A sprat chewed through them, and now they're spitting lightning. Then there's the old guardhouse, outside town on the way to the old Bayside Terrace. Someone needs to reset the comms breaker there.
Simple enough. I'll let you know when they're done.
I ought to tell you, most of these systems are routed through one of our terminals. You might be able to handle some of them remotely if you know your way around a computer.
Oh.
We sent Milton out to check on the comms tower a while ago. Ain't heard back. I'd wager he got 8.
Well, you're rather calm about that. Where's this terminal?
Up the hill. It's right on the cliff's edge.
Alright, I'll let you know if I get 8. So,
Is it true that Mantiqueens devour their mates after copulation?
Yeah. Well, sort of. They kill them, but they leave the body till their swarm hatches and eats it. The first meal is their father.
Makes one appreciative he wasn't born a Mentosaur.
Slimy man like you might fit in just fine.
I mean, because the Mantiqueens look like praying mantis. So, and I'm pretty sure that is a thing with praying mantis. Don't they kill their mate and then have their babies eat it? I think that's an actual thing. So there's something on the roof here? How do I get up on the roof? Oh. Ow. Ow. Okay. So that's hot. Okay. Oh, maybe that's maybe that was the comms tower switch. I was flipping a switch, but I didn't have the quest, so it wasn't letting me. Oh, and I guess I already did that. I did flip the switch, and so I guess it was okay that I did that. Okay, the other one was at this bar, on the side of the bar? I don't see the switch. Alright, maybe it's a different bar. What do we got up here?
Yeah, look at him. He just keeps making them. You're fucking weird, Carl.
I don't think he can hear you. He's in the zone.
The trash cube zone.
You gotta admit, they're convenient. Fit together real nice.
Trash is trash. I don't care what shape it's in.
I guess.
A trash cube maker. Fun. Oh. That must be the switch. Okay. Can I get to it? Sure can. I mean, all you had to do was flip some switches, dude. I guess let's just go talk to him right away. I fixed all your stuff.
I'll be damned. Thanks for doing that. Here. Zora sets aside a bit or two for people who help out. Before you ask, no, it ain't pay. Just being generous to folks who do a good turn.
Okay. Gotta clarify, I was not paid for a job. I was merely a nice person who got some compensation. Let's make sure that's very clear. Oh, hey, there's Huxley. Hello.
Oh, hello. Good to see you again.
You made it back.
Damn right. Ain't nothing in the wilderness can stop me. Except being locked up.
How are you holding up?
Well, on the way back, I twisted something in my leg, foot area. Where does my foot end and my leg begin? Wherever that is, it hurts. So, no runs for me for a little while. Time to kick back and relax.
How old are you, Huxley? Without the kicking, I assume.
Huh? Why?
Never mind.
Okay.
How'd you hurt your leg?
I did a dumb thing. I was trying to get away from a terror ray. Usually, you can just get a ways from their nest and they'll stop following you. But this one was really persistent. Chased me for, I don't know, forever. Scratched me up back good. I barely got away. Then I tripped over a void damn rock. A rock! Not even a slippery one.
There's your iconoclast theory of chaos in action.
Mister, I don't know what chaos is, but rocks ain't got theories. They're rocks.
How long will you be out of commission?
Till it stops hurting, I guess.
Right.
Zora says I'll be fine in a month or so.
A month? Jesus. I found your terminal, fixed it up for you.
What? Oh, in Milton's place? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Me and my diary have got some catching up to do.
Alright. Maybe I'll go and read more of your diary when you finish. Alright, so that must be the actual bar. The other one just looked like a bar. Oh, there's Tucker. Tucker!
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger?
And you do not look like a boy. It's Captain Double D.
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
Tucker, you're Agnes's little boy from Stellar Bay?
I am not a little boy.
I see that.
Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? Had hoped she'd accept my decision.
She made it seem like you were in danger, asked me to rescue you.
According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat.
Yeah,
Don't go
I got
play
that.
with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
I mean, I'm surprised it took you 42 years to figure it out. Yeah, it feels like you just ran off without talking to her, and you probably should tell her that. Running away is for cowards. You need to face her and show her you've grown up.
She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time?
Yeah, you don't need to get all preachy with her. Because, I mean, she's old. She's probably... What's the phrase? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You survived outside of Stellar Bay for weeks. Show her the skills you've learned.
You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can.
I mean, you're fine to stay with the Iconoclast. Took on the terminal. Huxley, stay off this machine. I know your terminal's out of storage, but if you break this one, things are gonna go tits up around here. Anyone else, as long as you know what you're doing, go ahead and clear work orders out whenever you can, Zora. Yeah, I think I... Dear diary. Oh, the medical examiner's residence. Okay, that sealed door. The door to the examiner's residence above the med bay is stuck and is completely sealed. Can someone get this thing open? Engage remote force door level operation. Okay, well someone... all you had to do was push a button. Are people just really that bad on these computers? You can't just push a button to open a door? Dear diary. Ha! Ha! Hey Zora, I figured out how to add work orders. Dear diary, eat it. Hux. Alright, let's erase it. I mean, it was pretty funny, but let's keep things organized here, huh? So that's me, Mr. Organization. Should we check the bar? Let's check that. Let's check what's above this medical center. Alright, what's behind the sealed door? I mean, what the hell? There's nothing even in here. There's nothing good in here. There's no secret weapon. There's no... Damn it, man. Lame. Ash, huh? Are you the only named person in here? Seems like it. Hello, Ash.
Never seen you before.
I'm new here.
Take my advice. Move on. Get off-world if you can. If you can't, get to the bay. I've been halfway around T1. Monarch, they call it now. Been around it twice. Stood at the hot pole and the cold. Nothing on this moon for nobody. Just a lot of heartbreak.
I'm gonna guess you have a story.
It's pretty simple, kid. I sit at the bar, I drink, I mind my own business. That's it.
Well, I don't mean now. Wait, out drinking him is a strength check? You said you've been around the whole moon. You must know a few things no one else does.
The only thing I got to teach is get the fuck off T1. Or whatever they're calling it this week. Anybody with half a brain could tell you that. Look, you want to buy the drinks, I'll do my bit to keep you entertained. Just don't ask me to dance.
Now I want you to dance. Please dance. Heartbreak? What happened to you here?
A great many things. I'll tell you what. You want to listen to an old man ramble? There might be a job in it for you. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good folk. Fella named Lamont introduced me. Thing is, I ain't seen them in an age. Stands to reason they got themselves ate.
Was this a long time ago?
Oh, sure. I was with them when the corps were leaving Monarch. Hell of a time, that. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond memories. We had some keepsakes of ours we kept in a lockbox, and I've been thinking about seeing it found.
Can't you find them yourself?
Getting on in years, kid. Eggs ain't working like they used to. Sulfur burns a little too long in the lungs. This joint's looking like my last home.
I don't know why I even ask that, because of course, there's some excuse they can't do it themselves. There's always something. I'm too busy, I'm too old. What if they're still alive?
I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. This planet tends to get people killed. I just want some closure.
So you want their mementos, photographs?
Thereabouts.
Weapons? I think there's other stuff in this lockbox, but... Alright, one lockbox. Coming right up.
Appreciate it, kid. I'm marking outposts on your map. You spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to start. Here's a key for the door. Oh, Nyoka. How have you been?
Better, worse. I don't know, you know?
Yep. Nothing on this moon for nobody. There's a lot of heartbreak.
So, Naoka, you obviously know this guy.
Oh, sure. Rap job. Back before the corpse went crying back to Terra 2.
Running with a different partner these days. Thought the other ones was gonna last.
Yeah, well, they didn't.
That's very perceptive of my character that she doesn't want to talk about this. I don't think Naoka wants to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Apologies. Anyway, I had a herd of woolly cows back in them days. Then a pride of raps moved in and I had a lot less. Nyoka cleared them out. I was a decent shot. She was better. I'm lucky to hit the broadside of a mana queen these days.
And you two got a little of a romantic past, maybe? It doesn't sound like it. Buy yourself a drink.
I can't repay no kindnesses now. Alright, so...
It's 20 bits, it's fine.
I reckon one of the most interesting places I've been is the hot pole. You know what that is?
Nope. Man, I can't say that. I'm not smart enough. I mean, I guess I didn't know that. Yes, I guess I'm not smart enough. Got no idea.
This moon ain't big enough to rotate. It's locked. One side always facing Olympus, the other always facing away. Olympus might not be a star, but it throws off ass loads of heat. Monarch's hot pole is the part that's closest to the gas giant. It's in the middle of this big mountain plateau. Volcanoes so high the peaks are in space.
If there's no air, how did you survive?
O2 breathers. The heat from Olympus is worse, though.
Obviously.
Close your
makes
eyes,
sense.
you can see rays bursting through your eyeballs. Little streaks of light. The funny thing is, then in the middle there's just smooth rock. Circular-like. All the dust blown away. Pale gray with hair-fine cracks all over. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was lightheaded from the O2. But I felt like I had to take off the breather for a moment. Put my ear to the ground.
I mean, I just want to say and, but I also just want to use my perception. It's hot enough to boil water and you put your ear against a rock.
I did get a burn on the lobe before I smartened up. Put a towel under me. It was at the edge of hearing. Deep down. Far off. Irregular. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of a bird pecking out of a shell.
What's it mean?
Hell if I know. When there's a groundquake now, I hold my breath. Because I don't know if it's Olympus squeezing us for gravity, or wings getting stretched.
Will you tell me another story?
I won't decline it. So, you know about the ocean?
He will.
It's where the monarchists keep their salt tuna.
Oh wow, that's a whole ocean? I saw it in Stellar Bay, didn't know it was a whole ocean.
Goes all the way around the moon. At the twilight band. On one side, the volcanoes of the hot pole. On the other, the storm wall of the cold pole. Nobody knows how deep it is. Never needed to. The salt tuna keep near the surface. What's more interesting to me is the tides.
I mean, again, if my intelligence was up, I could ask that, but the tides?
No big deal on T2, maybe. Or back on Earth, so it's said. On account of how big Olympus is, the tides are monsters. When it's low, the ocean pulls back miles. When it's high, entire islands go under. It ain't so bad in the bay. Likely why they built a city here. But one morning I've gone a ways east. Tides are out, and off in the mud I see something catching sun.
But yeah, if the planet can't spin, how's there tides? If it was me, I would have headed out for a look-see.
Then we ain't so different, because I laced up my boots and struck out. Standing out there in the mud, miles from any place, is a circle of silver columns. 6 of them, about 2 stories tall, seamless metal. While I'm standing there in the middle of them, my ears start pounding and I see shapeless things out of the corner of my eyes, gray, disappearing when I look straight at them.
Sounds like the effects of infrasound makes your eardrums and eyeballs vibrate.
What kind of gobbledygook you talking? All I know is I was scared half out of my brains. About then, while I'm cussing into the dark miles from shore, I realize there's another sound in the distance. A roaring off in the night. The tide's coming in.
Oh shit.
That's exactly what I said at the time. It gets up to my chest before I start outpacing it. But I didn't stop running until I was on something real damn tall. The weirdest thing? I went back the next low tide. Flew out with an AG loader. The calms were gone. And I've never seen them since.
You sure you went back to the same place?
Sure as I can be. The moral is, the tides here will kill you if you ain't careful. So stay the fuck away from the water.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I kind of like these stories.
I'm near out of stories. You'll have to enjoy this one. I told you before about the hot pole. The point of Monarch, closest to the gas giant.
Giant plateau, hot enough to boil water, radiation. Peaks tall enough to reach space.
Not the friendliest place. Don't need to explain why none of the companies bothered to settle there. The cold pole is the side that always faces away from Olympus. That's where most of the water is, big sheets of ice. The warmest it gets is 40 below. So you got one end bitter cold and the other boiling hot. That's why there's constant wind, and why we have the storm wall.
You keep mentioning the storm wall. What is it?
Where the hot air from one end meets the frigid air from the other,
I see.
It storms. You go far enough towards the cold side, you'll see it. A wall of ice cliffs, giant sheets cracking off into the sea, and overhead storm clouds, thick and rolling, snow and ice on gale force winds.
Sounds worse than the hot pole to me.
Either one will kill you. Cold just tends to hurt more. Your skin cracks and bleeds. I was a stubborn cuss. I trudged through the storm wall. Had to do it in one go. If you stop for half an hour, you get buried. It was night when I made it through. 90 below and falling. Perfect dark, stars by the million. Forgot to breathe.
Sounds impressive.
It was. But that's not why I almost died. It was cold enough that CO2 froze out of the air. CO2 is what makes our brains go, you need to breathe. So I was standing there, head going all swimmy because I wasn't feeling no urge to breathe.
I assume you got out of there fast.
Tired as I was, you bet your ass I did. Just popped some pills, turned around, and went right back through the storm wall. Lost 3 toes to frostbite.
Jesus.
People
okay.
can live all sorts of places and survive all kinds of things. Too cold to want to breathe would be a mighty strange death.
Got any more stories?
Nah. Go out and live your life for a bit. Do something, I don't know, exciting.
All right. I enjoyed your storytelling. What's back here? Nanner spank. Oh, bananas. Okay. What's this? A recipe list. A handwritten list of recipes. One stands out from the rest. Raptidon brains. Clean and boil brains, let dry, preferably under a spore tree. Season with sugar, AC nutmeg, and paprika. Boil and filter a ladle of taro blood. Soak brains overnight. Cook 10 to 15 minutes on a low fire. Oh, I was wondering what improvised weapons were. It's like your random stuff, like this, an axe. So it's like the axe, or the pickaxe, or the shovel. Those are improvised weapons. Alright. But yeah, that seems kind of dumb, especially that they're all like level 1, but it was a 300% increase in damage, but I still don't think that would be worth it. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe someone's done it. Maybe someone's doing an improvised build and it works. So yeah, I was checking out all the new quests I got. And I was kind of thinking about telling Tucker to go back. Is he gonna die on his way back? That, I feel like that is totally a thing that could happen. Is he's gonna try to go back and then he's gonna die and then his mom's gonna be all pissed off at me. First, I'm just gonna say, my character looks fabulous. That's a nice hat. But that'll be it for this episode. I am really enjoying the writing. I mean, the characters are great. I really love the characters. I mean, the voice acting is really good. And I enjoy this. So just walking around and talking to people and getting their stories and reading about their stories. So I know this episode, that was all this episode was. But in the next episode, we'll definitely get back out there, start killing some more shit. If that's more of your thing. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and or subscribe. Until next time, take care, everybody.